Hello there, Cancer. How are you doing? I hope you're having a great day. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we're doing a special reading. We're going to take a look at the energies in a connection that you're thinking about. This could be somebody that you're currently in a connection with, or even have been separated from this person. But what we're going to do is take a look at your energies in the connection, your motivations for this being in this connection, and the lessons that you're learning out of this relationship. And then we're going to take a deeper dive into the person that you're dealing with and take a look at what is going on with them and how they feel about the connection. And if you're resonating with the message or enjoying the content that I create, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider like, commenting, or subscribing. It really does help to get more people to see my messages, and I really appreciate all of your support. Okay, so let's get into your reading, Cancer. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull an overall animal spirit. This is for you. When we are in love relationships, part of that love relationship is learning lessons as we go. One of the reasons we love being in love is because it helps us to level up in our own soul's evolution. So let's take a look at what your animal spirit is. Ladybug, good luck. You are a bright energy. Let worry go and be happy here and now. Feel good about being a loving and colorful you. You bless the world with color and good luck. I love that energy. It's this energy that you are going to have good luck in love, whether it's in this relationship or another relationship. And so sometimes what happens is we cling to relationships, or we cling to what has gone wrong in a relationship because we're just worried that we won't have love in our life if we don't get that one to be fixed or, to work out. But here, I love this sentence right here. Let worry go and be happy here and now. It's allowing yourself to be happy in whatever situation you're in right now and releasing the worry that you will not have love in your life. It's a direct message from Spirit not to worry, that you will have love, whether it's in this connection or another one. So let's take a look first at your energies. We're going to take a look at your motivation, what you would like to see as the outcome in the situation, and then the lesson that you're learning in this connection, throughout this connection. Okay, so your motivation, back and forth. Your motivation. So I think this is kind of interesting because your motivation goes back and forth. You're not really sure what you want out of this connection. I feel like that's why you're getting this ladybug spirit, about the here and now, not to worry. Because what happens is when we are fearful, right, we can pull ourselves away from a connection. Or sometimes if we're fearful and we really want this connection for some reason, we can push ourselves into it. So there is this energy that even your motivation in this situation, you're not really sure about what it is that you want out of this situation. Really interesting. So I feel as if you could be perhaps separated or at least in chaos with this person. There's some conflict going on, and you're not really sure about how you want to, move forward in this connection. So let's take a look at the lesson that you are learning in this connection. What is this relationship helping you to see about yourself, or about love, or about your beliefs about love? The honoring path. Yes, it's about honoring your love relationships. It's about honoring the love that you have for yourself. It's about honoring it. And so there is this sense, and Cancer, this is really kind of in line with who you are as a Cancer. It's about nurturing, because when we honor something, it means that we put time and energy and respect into it. And so I feel like that is the lesson that you're learning in this connection, and possibly in other connections too, about how to respect both your path and your lessons and your self-love, and also respect somebody else's, and to cherish a relationship for what it brings to you. Recognizing that the people that are crossing your path are there for a reason. So it's about honoring that person in a way that you would honor yourself. There's a lot of learning to love yourself as well as the connections that you're in. Really interesting. Commitment is on the bottom. So you may have had relationships where there is a lack of commitment, either on your part or the person that you're dealing with. And so that could be why you have this like back and forth type of energy. It's like you may have felt abandoned before in some other situations, or even as a child or something, abandonment issues. So when there's a little chaos going on in a connection, you just pull away from the connection completely because you're trying to prevent yourself from feeling abandoned in the connection. Yeah, because there could have been some deception in a relationship that led you to this feeling of, that there were secrets that you weren't privy to. So, that could have been even as a child. Your parents may have like kept secrets from you, perhaps about their relationship or something. Or you could have been in a past love relationship, or even in this relationship, and that person kept secrets from you. Now, keeping secrets does not necessarily mean that they're keeping bad secrets. It's just that they're not opening up emotionally to you. There's not a sense of vulnerability. So you always feel like you don't know the whole picture. And that would come back to this back and forth. You're just trying to protect yourself, right? Because you have this sense that you don't know the whole story. And because of that, you don't want to open yourself up to this person too, and then possibly have your heart broken. So let's see what you would like as the ideal outcome in this situation. What is it that you're looking for as the outcome in this situation? And this could be subconsciously. So behind a mask, yeah, I feel like you want to take the mask off. I feel like you may be wearing a mask in order to protect your own self, right? So there's this sense of, a sense of perhaps not completely committing to this relationship only because you're trying to protect your own heart, your own self. Which is something that we do, because that's when our ego is kind of coming in and saying, oh no, don't open your heart because you're going to get hurt. So there's this sense of not allowing the ego to keep the mask on and to be more open about your emotions, about your feelings in this connection. Really, really interesting energy. Okay, so let's go to the person that you're dealing with. We're going to take a look first at their motivation in this connection. What is it, that's motivating them to either stay in this connection or to leave? Fear. They are very fearful. They are running away from their fear. I feel like they are wearing a mask, and that is almost like... It's a sense that you're kind of mirroring each other. This is kind of like a twin flame energy. I feel like they're trying to run away from their fears of emotional vulnerability, fears of opening up their heart. But it's so, in other words, we have that deception card. That deception card to me is saying that, they're hiding their fears in this connection. Their fear of, and let's go ahead and I'm going to clarify this. What is their fear based on? What are they afraid of? Because what they're doing in this connection is all out of fear. Fear that you're going to leave them. Fear that they're not good enough for you. Fear that this connection won't last forever. So there is a sense that they're all up in their heads. Their heart is not driving their decisions. It's all of their fear. Yeah, because they really do. They're fearful of having a new start with the Ace of Pentacles, of offering this Ace of Pentacles to you because they're so afraid of rejection. Yeah, Hierophant on the bottom. There's a sense of that their belief system about themselves is forcing them to go into a direction of being led by their fear. Really interesting. And it's really a sad kind of energy here. So let's see what their light side is, because this is so, it's kind of a dark energy here. Let's see what their light side is, or you could say their strength, their superpower in your relationship with them. Joyous fun. Yeah, so I get a sense that when you are with them and they are in a good place, I feel like this person struggles maybe with depression. When they're in a good place, oh my gosh, you can have a lot of fun, right? And that is possibly why you have this back and forth energy, right? When they're like this, you're like, yeah, let's be together. And then when the fear starts coming out, right, then you also want to pull away because it's like, oh my goodness, there's that dark side, right? And it's kind of, I feel like, you know, when they're like this, it could be very lovey-dovey. There could be a lot of passion. There could be a lot of affection. There could be a lot of things, but it's still not, I would say, emotional vulnerability, right? Because this is kind of like, I'm getting a sense that it's really light and very passionate, romantic, but there's no deep conversations. You know, there's possibly no deep conversations about commitment, about where your relationship is going, how they feel about you, how they feel about this connection. There could be a lot of talk more of, you know, let's go on this trip, or, you know, thinking about the next fun thing that you're going to do. But so it kind of gives you this energy that you think that the relationship is going to continue, and then at the same time it's kind of like there's no commitment to it. It's just kind of like I'm getting a sense of one fun event after another. So so let's see what their shadow side is, because they have the fear, which is a dark energy. So what is their shadow side? That shadow side is kindred partnership. I'm going to clarify this, but I feel as if, since this is their shadow side, it's more of a friendship than a love relationship. I feel as if they may make you feel, because there is like a lot of kindred spirits about you. So there's this joyous fun. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of, look at this. This is kind of like they just want to have fun. An energy of they just want to have fun and perhaps not do the work, because they're calling me back to this commitment card. I feel like you want a commitment with this person. You know, it's kind of like put a ring on it, you know. But you know, with the Hierophant underneath here, the 6 of Cups, the 5 of Cups, they've lost something very dear to them in the past, and I feel like it could be from childhood. There's like childhood wounds here. Their parents could have been divorced, or they could have, you know, experienced something as a child that felt very abandoned. And that type of energy is carrying through them now into their romantic love life. So it's a sense that they feel as if it can only be fun, that it can only you know, that passion or affection, physical touch, having fun is emotional vulnerability, when it really isn't. There, you know, once again, this is kind of like having fun, but not having a conversation. And the conversations, you know, there's fun conversations, you know, but then there's conversations about feelings and emotions. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, justice. Could be dealing with a Libra, but you don't have to be. There's a sense that, here's the justice card. It's about commitments, legalities, holding things to, bringing things together with a sense of commitment. I think this person just has a very strong sense of a lack of commitment. That is why I feel like your motivation in this energy is back and forth, because I feel like this person is back and forth and you're just kind of like mirroring their energy here. Okay, so let's go and see what is the lesson that your person is learning. What is the lesson your person is learning? They're learning how to truly love themselves. This person has a hard time committing to themselves. It's almost as if they just want to have fun. And I'm not saying that they may have a very nice job, all of that, but they have a very hard time committing to themselves. They could be the type of person that when they start a new exercise regime, it lasts for like 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden they're off of that. Same thing with a diet, or, even committing to, stopping a bad habit or starting a good habit, or even they could change jobs a lot. They could change homes a lot. There's this sense of just having a lack of commitment because they don't truly think that they deserve it. There's, a lack of self-love in this situation with this person. So let's go ahead and clarify that and see if we can get some more information about this. So this is the lesson that they're learning within your connection. So yeah, see, 10 of Pentacles, learning how to commit. The first thing we have to do is commit to ourselves. That has a lot to do with trust. Yeah, they're learning how to do this, and they actually are. With the Rebirth card there, we have the Fool card and the Three of Pentacles. They're wanting to do this, which I think is really a great sign. I think that this is something that they're truly working on. So if they're making some changes in their life right now, I feel like they're making these changes because they're feeling like they have to get things to work for them. The Three of Pentacles is working together, working with other people. This is a new path for them. But they want to stay on this path. They want to stay committed to themselves, to relationships, to whatever it is that they're trying to bring things into balance, because right now they don't like where they are with this fear. If you think about this, is all in the heads, all in your head, and this is all in your heart. They're trying to move into that heart space. I feel like this person is really going through a major transformation. Okay, so let's see what they might do next. What's their next move? A creative endeavor. Stuck energy. They're trying to get unstuck. They are trying to get unstuck. I love this because this comes back to the solar plexus. Creative endeavors is also about emotionally connecting, with yourself. And I feel like that is what they're trying to do in this connection through creative endeavors. So, we have like a cello there, or a bass. They could be playing an instrument. They could be drawing. They could be doing photography. They could be writing. They're trying to find themselves so that they can truly love themselves. So this may not mean that if you are separated from this person, that they are going to knock on your door tomorrow. But I do think that the clear message here is that they are trying to move closer towards you, but they know that they have to first love themselves before they can move into loving someone else. Yeah, they're trying to learn new things. Wow, Tower. Yeah, I think they've had some type of an epiphany. So they're trying to learn new things with the Page of Swords. They may message you. But but they're trying to go onto a new path. They've gotten a different perspective. They've gotten some truth about themselves, and they've gotten a different perspective. They're trying to figure out how they can get out of this stuck energy. They've been playing it too safe, and the safeness is actually bringing in more fear into their life, because when you're playing it safe, you're not being your true authentic self. And that's what they're trying to step into. And it's taking a lot of courage, but I feel like they really are trying to do that. Okay, so let's see what we have as far as advice for you moving forward. So this is advice for Cancer. Moving forward in this situation, what can you do now? Wow, never-ending story. Okay, I think you're recognizing that this is so far a never-ending story. And that's why it's kind of like you go back and forth. It's because this person's energy is almost doing that to you. And so you have the not for you and loyal heart. You're going back and forth. It's about recognizing that in a love relationship, in any relationship, that there has to be this equal exchange, right, of energy. Giving and allowing. And I feel like you gave a lot to this situation, to this person. It's about allowing them to return it. It's this sense of finding that balance, that ebb and flow in this connection. This person, I feel like they may actually even reach out to you because their fear is like overwhelming them. They may reach out and they may reach out in two ways. I'm getting two ways. They may reach out trying to get you to come back because they are so fearful of being by themselves, or they may be super mean to you, okay, call you up and say something really terrible, because that's one way that they can feel better about themselves, is when they make you feel bad about yourself. I know that's very toxic. And if you're in a situation like that, of course you don't want to be in a situation like that, right? But it's almost as if their fear may, like, if you see them or you message them or something, like, they may come back in a very mean and cruel way. But to know that that's their fear. Their fear is driving their decisions at this time. And so it's about you recognizing that when they're acting like this is not something you want to be tied up to. You want to move away from that energy. But if they do truly open up to loving themselves and being able to commit, then I feel like you do have the energy of this being a loyal heart. I think it's interesting because their shadow side is the kindred partnership, wanting something that's fun and passionate and, let's travel the world type of energy. But what you're really looking for is somebody that is committed to you. You want a true commitment. And I feel if you're not getting that from this person, then it is, time for you to recognize, okay, this is not the connection for me. So let's pull a soul truth card for you. Really interesting energy. I love looking at the underlying in these situations because, sometimes we can work with a relationship, or we can walk away from a relationship when we realize what the motives are on somebody else's part, and perhaps the lesson that you're supposed to be learning. Am I afraid to be seen? The world doesn't want you to hold back any longer. Time to shine your unique light on the world. You were made from love, and from love you are whole. There is no more hiding. There is no more shame. There is only truth. Live naked and free. And then what part of me do I hide so I can socially be socially accepted and fit in? Am I being authentic? Do I allow myself to be all of me? What do I need to feel so I can feel safe to be seen? And journal your answers. And, Cancer, I'm going to say, I feel like that is part of the lesson that you're learning in this situation, is to recognize when somebody is acting out of fear and when somebody is acting out of love. And so it's about, not hiding yourself, recognizing that you deserve somebody that will commit to you, that is honoring and cherishing you for who you are and the light that you shine on this world. And then recognizing that, to commit to that, not to wear a mask. Here's, what am I afraid to be seen? Sometimes we are attracted to people like this that are afraid to commit, that are all about the fun, right? Because there is this sense of, oh, we're having so much fun. There's so much affection. We're doing all these great things. That is sometimes a fun connection to have. But if it's not a committed relationship and that's what you want, the longer you stay in this, you're wearing a mask because you're going along with it because it's fun. You're thinking this connection is one thing. This person is thinking this connection is another. So, yeah, and I do feel like as long as they are living in fear, there's really at this time, this is not a connection that you would want to be part of because their decisions are based out of fear. Twin flames, your passion ignites. I am not surprised. This does, you do mirror each other. So if you work on your own healing, it does help this person to move into that energy of working on their own healing and truly loving themselves. So, all right, Cancer, I'm going to leave it there. I do personal readings if this resonated with you. The link is in the description box below. I'd love an opportunity to talk to you more about your personal situation. And I do hope to see you again really soon. To be really kind and compassionate with yourself in this energy. And I do wish you much love and light, hugs to you as you're going through this connection. Much love and light to you. I hope to see you again